I'm muted apparently. Hello everybody and welcome back to the stream. I'm LB. Oh my gosh, Savvy! So sweet of you. Savvy just fucking throwing out
Finale!
subs for the finale. Yay! We're playing our Masks game, our Heroes in Training for the finale. Yay! Last episode. And I'm joined as always by these wonderful human beings. We're gonna go around and have everybody tell who you are and what you're playing tonight. Starting, of course, as always, with the wonderful, the beautiful, the generous. Oh my god, guys! Thank you, Rachel. Savannah.
That's me. Hi. Finale. I'm Savvy, not Finale. I'm Savvy Seaworth on the internet, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. When I'm not here on Sunday nights doing this, I'm on twitch.tv/game nights. It's game with 2 G's and nights with a K, Thursdays through Mondays. But tonight I am playing Sophia Minea, a hero named Nemia, who is the bull.
Thank you very much. Next up, the also generous Rachel.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, where I haven't streamed recently, but you can find me here on Sundays, where we're playing Masks tonight, our big finale. Yay, finale. And tomorrow, on Mondays, you can find me on Game Nights, playing Dungeons and Dragons. And there I play a Water Genasi Druid, who is a great time. Easily distracted and fun to hang out with. And tonight, I am playing Jupiter Jennings, the Outsider.
Thank you very much. And next up is Tanya.
Oh, hey, you can find me at Tanya Rolling Places, mostly Instagram, or follow the pugs at the Abominable Pugs on Instagram. You might see Ted make an appearance. He's sniffing around like right now. But tonight I am Nancy, who is the doomed hero named the Devereaux.
And last but of course not least, our dear friend Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, OMG It's Some Guy on the internets. I'm mostly over on GGK, where I'm either running or playing in games Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. But here for the shenanigans here for the last time, I am playing Billy Burns, aka Rune, who is the Nova.
And I'm LB Hackemup. I'm your game mistress for this evening, your facilitator, your BFF for F. And I'm going to be running this stream. You can find me at LB Hackemup on the Twitters and the Twitches, where we have a lot of fun stuff, but I'll talk about that later this evening when we wrap things up, because you won't, after this week, these people are not going away. No. We are going to hop back into our Playthings of the Gods Season 2 D&D game with some fresh faces. Well, a fresh face, an extra face, with to complement these fresh faces. Anyways, but we're gonna get back into our game. We are in the middle of combat, in the middle of the final battle with the band of bad guys in the last laugh, and we're gonna have a quick recap given by Jupiter, aka Rachel. Take it away.
Dear Diary, now really isn't the time to talk, TBH. We're literally in the middle of an epic battle against a band of bad guys. But okay, quick recap. Lots of bad guys, lots of heroes. Bad guys attacked multiple cities. Heroes, including teams of our friends, went to aid said cities. Bad guys and heroes started a crazy battle of legends, and we hung out in the field house. Uh-oh, trouble arrives. My favorite villain, the Wet Cat, arrives with Smoker and Fume. We fight. Water Kitty, Exhaust Pipe, and Broken Match are now looking a little worse for wear. Obviously, my friends are kicking ass. Uh-oh, more trouble. We all look out the field house windows, and things aren't looking great for the professional heroes. The last laugh shot lasers out of his eyes. Oh, look, the Golden Duke's powers. Great time for those to make an appearance. As the conductor hit the ground, mask partially broken, I shot off an SOS to Mercury. And just in case I die, love, Jupiter.
Thank you very much for that. Oh boy, there is a hype train incoming. And as we do that, I'm gonna pop back into our final battle. We just saw, oh, I have to scroll all the way down. We just saw some of the massive heroes getting a bit owned by the last laugh. The tree creatures that he has created are still roaming. There are a few of them left, probably less than 10. The Silver Shepherd is contained in a time bubble made by Skip Jump. And the last laugh is pulling power from the Tempest, and the conductor is down for right now. Aqualion has created a shield of water around himself. The smoker has disappeared, and Fume is engaging with Nancy in hand-to-hand combat. All right. So as you guys watch out the window and see the Tempest begin to descend from the skies, more and more of her energy is torn from her. On the ground, Big Boy is facing off against Control Experiment. Their powers seem to be evenly matched as they trade blows. Big Boy seems to be getting winded from this fight, seeing sweat pools on his brow. You feel explosion come from the campus behind you, and the soft beat of SoundCloud's waves start to waver. The scene outside is suddenly obscured as a mask of smoke covers the entire building. The light fades as the smoke becomes more and more dense. You find it hard to breathe, even you're unable to see the people that you are standing next to. To start off this fight, I'm going to have everyone mark the condition afraid. Ooh, we into it now, baby. All right. Mecca, thank you so much for those gifted subs. Savvy, Alex, you guys are so kind. Let's get into it. All right, it's your turn. What do you guys want to do?
Said there's kind of smoke filling up.
Yes, there's smoke fill. You cannot see anything more than like a foot in front of you.
Okay. I think Billy is going to attempt to clear the smoke from the area. Just basically there have already been tornadoes. He's going to take that concept and try and just big, massive air expansion and send the smoke out of here.
All right, how are you going to do this?
Trying to think if this is more unleash your powers, or maybe this is a wield your powers role.
Yeah, it'd be more wield your powers if you're trying to clear the whole area. It's quite big, and you're not quite sure where it's coming from or what this is, because it's not quite normal smoke. I mean, you know that it most likely came from the smoker, but I mean, maybe.
All right, so let's roll that with some freak. That's an 11. So on a 10
Hell
plus,
yeah.
I get to choose 2. So take hold of something vulnerable to you, create something useful from your environment, or neutralize an opponent or threat, at least for now.
Okay.
So I think the intent here is to clear the smoke, and then if it is indeed coming from the smoker, to kind of isolate her from the smoke, make it so that we can see her again.
Okay. So are you trying to clear all the smoke, or just like fairy fire the smoker?
More so clear the smoke so that everyone can see again.
Okay. All right. And how do you want to describe how this happens?
Yeah, so I think because Fume was doing like a fire tornado, and Billy had just recently pulled Sophia out with an ice tornado. I think his those hadn't fully died down, but now reaches out to those and pulls them together, and so Scott pulls them apart, and the two tornadoes are kind of moving opposite each other, but slowly merge into one big one that just picks up all the smoke and funnels it out of the area.
Okay. The smoke begins to dissipate as all of this is being pulled in. You see that the Aqualion is moving towards Jupiter and Nancy. Fume is directly in front of Nancy and Jupiter, about to unleash more fire fights, probably. Who's next?
I think Nancy wants to use. So Fume, none of them are vulnerable right now, correct? Or are they?
Not technically. You can see them, but they're not exposed in any grand way.
I want to make a psychic construct.
Okay.
I'm curious about using wield your powers.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do that to create just a giant squirt gun that just shoots at Fume.
Okay.
If I can do that.
Yeah. Sorry, the kittens are in the bathtub right now. and they are
Is that a code? I feel like
no. The kittens are literally in the bathtub
know.
right now, causing chaos, and I can just hear the sounds
Is
of
this your
them.
code for I need help. The kittens are the
Yeah.
The fox is in the hen house.
The fox is in
kittens are
the-
in the bed. The kittens are in the bathtub. That's what it is now.
All right,
That's
wielding
what
your
it is.
powers. So you basically, this is a more powerful version of this is a more powerful version of unleash your powers. So you can go ahead and roll plus freak to do
Okay.
this.
I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it. All right. Ooh,
Oh
Ooh.
shit! What did you roll?
I rolled a 13, a full hit.
All right. So on a full hit, do you have the book open? You can see the.
Yes.
Okay. So on a 10 plus 2, choose 2.
I want to neutralize an opponent, which is Fume.
Okay.
So with that, I'm hoping like the power of the squirt gun like bashes her down enough
Okay.
that like she's just so soaked she can't do shit for a minute.
Okay. All right. And then what's the other one?
Create something useful from your environment. Okay, I wasn't planning on 2, so this is difficult.
I know, I wasn't either, so.
Is anybody in trouble at the moment?
You and Jupiter are.
So
the
can
Aqualion's coming towards you, fully
Can
shielded.
I take hold of something vulnerable to you? Can that thing be Jupiter?
Sure, yeah.
So I kind of want to grab Jupiter and put her right next to me. Not like behind me because I don't need to take care of Jupiter, but at least
Mhm.
like out of the direct way of Aqualion and on the other side, so she kind of she can flank him a little bit or something like that.
Okay. So you, using your powers, Jupiter, you feel yourself being gently moved around, as this giant squirt gun forms, I want to say like over Nancy's shoulder, as she bazookas this, and the line of water that is being, I'm going to say it's being pumped from the water on the ground, soaks Fume, and Fume goes flying back out through the doors of this place, busting them open. Well done. Well done. Who is next? Oh, she is also going to mark a condition.
What's Aqualion's situation?
He's heading
Right now?
towards Jupiter and Nancy. He has fully immersed himself in water. He's like covered in a shielding of water.
Okay. I'm gonna try to catch him off guard
Okay.
and tackle him.
All right. You're going to directly engage a threat?
Yeah, can I have this move called Physics What Physics?
Mm-hmm.
Which is when you unleash your powers to barrel through an insurmountable barrier.
Okay.
It's just roll danger
Yeah.
instead of freak.
Yeah.
But just for flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Ugh, forgot I'm afraid.
Sorry. Not sorry.
Ugh.
I'm the DM. Ooh,
Dang
that's
it.
still a hit.
8.
Bro, you guys were rolling so well last time. I gotta do something.
Yeah, but it would have been a 10.
I'm sorry.
We have 7 in the team pool if we want.
That's true. Y'all have a lot in the team pool.
How much? 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
haven't
also-
needed it.
If we start spending 2 at a time, we're gonna very quickly burn through it.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, directly engaging a threat.
Yeah, sorry. I
Pick
got
one, right?
distracted. Yeah, unless I use in a China shop. Are we okay with doing collateral damage to the school?
I
I
mean,
am.
If
the,
we
con-
built it once, they can rebuild it again.
the Tempest was pulling bleachers out and throwing them at the trees, so I think you're okay.
I want to barrel at him from the side and just drive him straight through the wall.
All right. You do so.
So I can pick 2.
Yes.
If I break shit, I can pick 2. I'll create an opportunity and resist or avoid his blows.
All right. you slam him into the wall, and a couple shelving units not disintegrate. They crumble to the ground.
I'm going to end him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would bet. And he is going to again mark a condition.
Is it dead?
In doing this, he is marking the condition angry, and he is going to, lash out at any vulnerability. I think that what he's going to do is he is going to, as you hit him, the water kind of disperses off of him, and he hits the wall. And as you do this, he grips you by the shoulders. You see him kind of glance out of the corner of his eye, and he throws you off of him into the kid. And your body makes contact with him, and you just hear it as you both fall into some shelves. And
can I try to like wrap him up so I don't land on him? He's so little.
I know, but he seems to be a little unconscious from this.
Oh, man.
But not like super physically hurt. He's still okay.
I'm sorry, not Billy.
All right, who's Jupiter?
That leaves me. So where is Aqualion now? I'm next to Nancy.
Yeah, he's.
I just landed.
Pushed him into a wall.
Yeah, he's in a wall. Well, he's on the wall right now.
He's
Okay.
next to me
He's mad.
again.
Mhm.
Well, it happens. We do that. We have that effect on people.
Mhm.
So Jupiter is going to I would say so he's pinned against a wall or just slammed against one.
Yeah.
She's going to shapeshift
Okay.
into a giant purple rhinoceros
Lovely.
and charge at Aqualion with the intent to smash him through this wall.
All right. So this would be directly engaging a threat.
I guess. Yeah, we'll call it that.
All right. Go ahead and roll plus danger, please. Oh, that's a
Well, it's
7.
7. Okay. Whew. I was worried. It would have been a 9.
Yeah. All right. Pick one. I'm sorry.
I know, it's okay. I have 3 conditions, so I'm a little nervous. Yeah,
Yeah, you do have I looked at all your conditions before we started. And I was like, Jupiter's been taking all the hits.
I have been taking all the hits. That's fine. That's her job.
Yes.
She
All
takes
right.
all the hits, so everybody else can still punch.
Pick one,
Let's
please.
Pick one. I would like to. Can I? If I take something from him, can I take his consciousness?
Sure.
I want to take his consciousness.
All right. So as you you make contact, this giant rhino horn makes contact with him. Are you want to knock him out, you don't want to maim him? You have a horn. I'm just asking.
I mean, I want him to remember that it was me. So
Okay.
like maybe something that'll leave like a mark
All right.
forever, but also
Yeah.
not murder.
Fair. So
that's apparently wrong.
very good. You guys have learned,
Yes,
and I'm
we've
so
learned.
proud.
Yes, we've learned. Yes, we did that. Took the finale, but we're here.
Your horn sort of scrapes up as you move into him, and you see his costume rips, and you're gonna be a nasty scar on his chest. As you make contact with him, his claws sink into you, and as that happens, you feel your body like tense and shift, like you hit a nerve. You guys crash through the wall, and he goes flying back. And as he does, the claws sort of rip into you more. And you shapeshift. It kicks you and shapeshifts you back into your normal form. And you are going to be unable to shapeshift for just the next round. But that is his blow to you. And he hits the ground, slides a little bit, and just like his head, like in the movies, just tilts to the side, and he's out. All right. Fume, is outside of this room. She sees the mess that has been made, and she is going to move. She gets up and moves herself, like starts running into the room, and as she does, you can see this sort of flame that is surrounding her. And as she is doing this, Nancy, you feel some sort of well, something you haven't felt before. You kind of feel a presence by you, and as you look around, you see that there is smoke sort of moving up you, and you feel it moving into your body as the smoker attempts to take you over. What would you like to do to defend against this?
This is not taking a powerful blow, correct?
No, it's not.
I would like to psychically construct a like a mask. Those
Okay.
big giant ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
that they
like
use in the military for gas and
a
stuff.
gas
like that.
mask.
Gas mask. Yes, that.
All right. Go ahead and roll to unleash your powers, please.
I'm trying to think how Ted can help me, but I don't know.
Do you have an can he help you with that? What was the 3 things?
That's what I mean. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he can pee or fart to make it better for me.
I mean, he can lend you some of his power to do so.
Yeah, Ted just starts barking incoherently.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can
then-
understand him. He's like, "Hey, look out! The bitch is behind you."
But then
I should
that
give him
only
an
gives-
accent. Hey, yo, look out! The bitch is behind you.
That only gives me a 6, though.
Okay. Does
Yeah.
anybody want to help with this?
Sure. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just looking. Probably better to just spend the team rather than do a defend someone role. So I think maybe with all the windy stuff that Billy is doing, he kind of notices this and like diverts some of it her way, so it like helps
Mhm.
disrupt the smoke.
Okay. All
We're
right.
down to 6 in the pool.
All right, so that is a partial success. You are fending off this attack, but she is still going to. Let me see. You're. Hold on. Hold for rules read. Okay. So on a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or I will tell you how this unstable or temporary. So it's gonna work for right now, but she is finding a way in.
Okay. So it's temporary. Got it.
Or you can mark a condition. Either way.
I'll just make it temporary. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So as Fume runs in, she sort of gathers her energy and gathers herself, and she is going to make a burst of fire move off of her. Okay. Sorry. Reading my notes. So this large wave of fire starts to move off of her, wrapping around everything. How would you guys like to defend against this as individuals? You can either mark a condition or roll for something.
I mean, gonna be a bit hard to get everyone in it, but I can spend one of my burns to create a barrier. So that would do it for me. And I don't know if the others could get into the safe zone or
Okay.
probably not just yet.
Depending, this is your the
Moat.
shielding. Oh, the moat.
Yeah, spend one burn to create a barrier that will hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. And you may call for me to spend another burn on it.
Right. I'm gonna say you can spend one burn to defend yourself and Nancy since you're right next to each other. The kid, Sophia, and Jupiter are sort of further away on like opposite sides, and she's in the middle of you guys. So if you want to spend another burn, you can do one more person or
I only have one at the moment. I'm gonna have to charge back up.
okay. So you can either defend Sophia and the kid or Jupiter.
Well, I thought I was getting myself and Nancy.
Well, yeah. So you got you guys, but you can't.
Oh.
besides that.
Yeah.
Jupiter's like outside of the building.
Yeah, it probably won't hurt her as much.
She's fine. Don't worry
She's
about her.
I can take it, and
She can
protects
duck
the
behind
kid
a
if I need to.
wall.
Mhm.
we can both take a hit. So
Yeah, it's
Don't spend a burn.
well.
We can
My
both take a
understanding
hit.
is I could spend another burn and get everyone, but I don't
No,
have
you could.
that burn.
So
to
you,
spend.
yeah, you can spend your burn to defend the two of you standing next to each other. You said you only have one left.
That's it. I've spent
Okay,
my
okay.
last burn to do
Okay.
this.
So you can keep yourself and Nancy safe in
Yep.
this moment. So that leaves Sophia and Jupiter. What do you guys want to do to defend against this?
Jupiter's gonna psychically construct a shield and get behind it.
Okay. Go
That
ahead.
counts as a weapon, right?
I mean, yeah. Put a couple spikes on it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and oh no, you can just do that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a shield for bashing.
Yeah. Sophia, you have the boy, the kid.
I have the boy, and that's what I'm concerned about.
You can roll to defend someone.
Can I
Depending
throw
on
another shield at Sophia and the kid
maybe
if I roll well enough?
Can I just shield him and take the hit?
you can if that's what you'd like to do.
I think
Okay.
that's what Sophia would do.
All right.
Idiot.
So so Sophia, you bent over and the kid is very small. You're able to defend him, but you feel the fire sort of burning into your back. Billy, you and Nancy go up behind this shield that you've created, and Jupiter, you make I'm gonna say you make a tower shield because that makes the most sense, and are able to sort of lock yourself underneath it. It's not a Captain America shield where you have to like jump.
I just imagine the Captain America like jumping behind the shield and getting blown backwards.
All right. That is the end of that round. Who wants to go first? There is a fume in the middle of the room. The smoker is behind Nancy, attempting to take her over with her smoke powers.
Does something
there's-
bad happen to me because of the fire?
Oh, right. Yeah, you take a condition.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I wanted to be fair.
No. Thank you for asking. You
Is
get
there
a gold
still
star.
water on the floor in the middle of the room?
Yeah, enough, yeah.
So, and
There's,
like
like-
fume is like a light.
Yeah,
right?
she is radiating heat, and it is just steaming up from her feet, like it's boiling.
So she's in the middle of the room. I'm probably like on either side of her because I went through a wall with
Mhm.
him. Jupiter wants to take the shield and she's going to go slide, like she's going to get, I mean, I'm talking as fast as possible using her flying as well as just speed and agility. And she's going to slide into the room and she's going to push the shield on the ground and push as much water as possible at her, just like a
Ooh.
wall of water,
Okay.
just sliding it at her.
All right. Boy, what am I going to make you roll for that? Directly engaging a threat?
I mean, I get, I'm more like distracting, right? I don't know.
Trying to provoke her?
provoke. I would say I'm kind of trying to provoke her to like draw
Okay.
her attention in my direction as I
Okay.
doused her with water because that's apparently pissed her off.
It has.
previously.
Boy, has it.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Y'all have found the thing that she doesn't like, and you are just poking her with it. So go ahead
yes.
and roll to provoke someone. That'll be
A full
Superior.
hit.
Hell
A 10.
yes. Okay, so on a 10, they raise to the bait and do what you want. What do you want her to do right now?
I want her to give up. This is what I really want. I want her to be like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, I'm just done being wet. This sucks. Out of the band of bad guys. But that's probably a little much.
She is rethinking your shit. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know. Any ideas, guys?
What are your options for someone?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I mean, on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to quit the band of bad guys. If not, I want her to assess her life choices and sit out for the next round.
All right. Okay. So you splash her. Do you say anything to her?
Nope. I probably just hit her with a bunch of water and then just like land like just off to the side on the opposite side of her and just wait and see what happens.
Okay. So Fume like gets covered in water, steam coming off of her. She looks towards you, looks towards Sophia, who is now standing with this steam coming off of her, the smoke from the attack. Did not do as much damage as she thought. She sees that the Aqualion is down and out for the count. She makes eye contact with the smoker, and I think she's gonna glance out the window. And as she does, there's a smirk that comes to her face. And I think she just says, like, it's not gonna matter that much anyways. And you see fire ignite from her feet and her hands as she, like, propels herself back out through the door that she busted open. And she, like, gives a hand signal, like a little wave to Smoker, and says, I'm gonna go have fun with the big kids. Clearly super confident in that, and she runs towards the battle that's happening outside.
Can we see
Or
where the
away.
smoker is?
Hard to
Or
tell.
away.
Yeah, hard to tell. The smoker is behind Nancy.
But is she like fully manifested at this point?
Is
Aside from
manifested.
the smoky bits.
Yeah, I mean, she is yes, she is there. She is as manifested as she normally is when she's in fight mode.
Okay. Billy has an idea to hopefully get her off the table, but I would like to charge up first before doing that. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
And that would put me at my 5 conditions.
Oh, boy.
Can we help that?
Yeah, we've done it before.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
Jesus Christ.
Ted
On a
Mark?
miss Mark 3 condition.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to charge up?
It's basically what they do in Dragon Ball Z, where it's and like energy manifests.
Mm-hmm.
Can I help with my move?
Sure.
So what I was gonna think of is a psychic construct, a giant like air purifier right behind the smoker that just sucks air like through a HEPA filter. And maybe that'll give Billy enough time to charge up.
All right. Okay, I like that. Go ahead and take one away from the team pool. Nancy, why don't you go ahead and roll to unleash your powers on that one?
And then can Ted help when that happens?
Yeah, yeah.
I want Ted just to like he farts to add to the smoke and like smokers just kind of like this isn't natural.
Okay. Ted releases some noxious gas as he moves around, and you see him the HEPA filter air purifier, a large thing, appears behind the smoker, and you see the smoke start to pull away. And as you do, you see Ted run up to it, and he kind of looks at you, Nancy, and he's like, let's fucking do this. And he like hits one of the buttons, and it like overcharges it and like starts really pulling it.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll?
Unleashing your powers.
Okay. And I'll add 1 for Ted because he's helpful. Ooh, 15.
Kapow!
Kapow.
Is what it says.
Damn, Tanya.
Damn, Daniel.
Thanks, Ted.
All right, you do so, and in doing so, all of this, you see the form of the young girl that you had met in the facility is being pulled. The smoke is pulled away from her, and she's left figuratively naked, with her dark costume on. She got like a black turtleneck, and black leggings on, and black boots. She looks pretty stylish, but and functional. But
revealing her is perfect for what I would like to do.
Okay.
What is the flooring like in this building?
Well, okay. It was concrete, is now covered with a layer of mud, and I think all the water's gone at this point. It's just mud.
Okay, but mostly concrete.
Mostly concrete.
The plan is to, using magic, reshape the concrete and put her in an airtight box so that she can't smoke her way out.
Okay.
Damn.
Are you going to make it big enough? She does have to breathe. She is human.
Billy has studied extensively. He knows about how long the average person can survive
Okay, cool.
without oxygen.
Okay,
It's
cool.
longer than you would think.
Yes, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you're not putting her in like a 7x2 box. She's like, all right.
Billy turns into what's his face from The Forgotten, just starts stuffing people in boxes.
Yeah.
It's like just 16 feet by 16 feet, you know.
Yeah,
like nice
yeah.
Solid. Yeah.
The HEPA filters in the
roomy,
there's the filters in there, so she's got a little bit of air going on.
She's fine.
He also would not be upset if she passed out from lack of air.
Okay.
He just took her out.
Every time you guys say something, I'm like, are they gonna be murder hobos? No? Okay, perfect. All right.
Just, gonna skirt the edge of it, but
Yeah,
not...
we ride that line.
None of us would dare act like a hobo.
Fair. That's fair.
So I guess this is more a question of, is this unleash your powers or wield your powers?
Okay, if you're trying to get her out of the fight, I'm gonna say it's wield your powers.
Cool. Well, when I roll snake eyes, that's not gonna do
Alex, you're
very
really
well.
having a day, huh?
Yeah. You're the only one. Okay, Nancy rolled poorly once.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to help?
I mean, that's gonna be half our pool left.
Well, I might have something for this.
Yeah, does mine count as my move when I help Billy?
I can give people a +1. Tanya, you have this move too. Troublemaker lets me give +2 instead of +1.
Oh,
If this is pulled off, it's not gonna matter if it was your move or not. Yes.
okay.
Failure
Here's
is
some-
fun, but there is a bigger fight to be had here.
No, we need her off the field. I'm gonna help by jumping up and like yanking out a big piece of the ceiling
Uh-huh.
and bringing it down on top of the box so it will stay in place. and
Right,
she
right.
can't escape.
Okay.
Is that a destructive action?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely a
Then I
destructive.
can give you a +2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have to roll something for that?
No, it just lets me give +2 instead of +1 when I spend a team.
Perfect. Okay, so Billy begins to use his magic, his the power forming in his hands. He reaches out. The smoker is taken aback by what's been happening over the last 2 seconds. You see, Nancy, you guys are separated by a column of cement that comes up, and as 4 sides emerge with keeping the air filter inside, of course. And you see smoke begin to bellow over the top as Sophia leaps into the sky, yanking on the roof and pulling it down. And as she does, the cement forms over this, the edges of the roof piece that is there, sealing the smoker inside this room that's big enough she might pass out after a little bit, but she's fine for now. A tomb. This really dark tomb that you put this child in. It's fine.
We are also children.
They're
That's-
trying to kill us.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, technically she's only trying to take Nancy, but like it's fine.
I'm pretty sure she would kill the rest of us.
Look,
to do this.
she might.
Junior tried to become friends and be friendly, and she rejected it. Her chance is gone now.
That's fair. All right.
Cross her once.
The room goes quiet for a moment. You guys glance outside at you look out the window and then realize there is a giant hole in the wall next to the window, so you could pretty much look wherever. You see that the tree people have mostly been destroyed. There is a figure flying around, busting things up. Then you see as Big Boy is fighting against Control Experiment, he starts to You see him kind of take a second, and as she comes in for another punch, you see his body sort of become opaque as her punch goes through him, and she starts to stumble forward. And as she's thrown off balance, he begins to he hardens yet again and becomes more solid and starts pounding on her. You see Billy off to the side. The Silver Shepherd is in this sort of mental battle with Skip Jump, and mirror-like barriers have been placed around them and they are like shifting as he seems to, or they seem to be doing something within this realm. You can see through the open door that the school is burning as the beholder shoots laser beams towards SoundCloud. Her beats are sick, but because the school has been evacuated, she isn't as powerful as she could be. And the fight is not going super well. It seems to be very either evenly matched, or that the beholder is kind of pushing more for destruction, and she can't do that much about it. You see the conductor on the ground. He kind of shakes his head as he's standing up, and the Tempest screams out as the last laugh is pulling this electricity from her. The conductor pulls himself to his feet, and as he shambles towards forward, he reaches out towards the last laugh. He yells as the dark power from the last laugh begins to get pulled towards the conductor. And you guys have only really ever seen him pull electricity, but it seems in this moment he might be pulling a bit of the magic ability from the last laugh. And stiffening, the last laugh looks towards the conductor. Their eyes meet as the mask has been cracked. The last laugh flexes as his cape starts to tear and his own mask cracks. It looks like that his magical ability is being taken from him, and his eyes glow dark red once again as the lasers shoot at the conductor, hitting him in the right shoulder. The transference stops as he yells and grabs the stump that is left behind. Silence seems to fall over the battlefield. As with a crack of his neck, the last laugh takes a step towards the conductor and charges his eyes again. Then, out of nowhere, a yell breaks through the air, and a shining piece of metal strikes the last laugh with great force, turning his head away from the conductor. The beam goes wide, burning into the grass, and with a flash, you see the lights from the lit helmet of Blitz as he flies into the last laugh, pulling him up into the air. They begin to trade blows as in the sky, flashes of lights from both supers blink into existence. What would you guys like to do?
Run our asses out there?
To say, we probably all make eye contact and just go.
Yeah.
All right. You guys run out into the battlefield. There are still tree people walking around this. There is Big Boy fighting with the control experiment, and the Silver Shepherd is engaged with Skip Jump. The Tempest is on the ground, not moving. The conductor is holding onto his shoulder. His arm is gone, and he's bleeding and kind of hunched over. What do you guys want to do?
As we run out, Nancy wants to use her telekinesis to grab like a bunch of chunks of concrete and rubble from the other building so the other people can use it to throw or bash or stab at. So like any kind of steel, concrete, wood, just like a little trail of a bunch of shrapnel, basically, as big as I can carry.
You're muted.
Damn it. Can we go back in time for like 4 seconds right before we run out?
Sure.
Okay. Because before we run out, as they all make eye contact, Jupiter wants to use her move, the best of them.
Okay.
And tell them each how they exemplify the best parts of Earth, and hopefully in that comfort and support them so that they can each clear a condition.
Please go ahead.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
So Jupiter's going to just kind of like stop in front of them and just be like, Billy, we would have never made it this far without you. All of your research, all led up to this point. You know more about magic than anybody I've ever met in my entire life, and more than your mentor gives you credit for. Nancy, I know you hear this, all the time from us, but you are not defined by your curse. And at this point, I think you need to really tap into it. That's the guy that killed your parents. Let's go fuck him up.
Fuck
And
yeah.
Sophia, you hit harder than anybody has ever given you credit for. You are not defined by the family that you come from. You're going to pave your own way in this world and break a lot of shit doing it. And now's the time to really unleash that. Okay. I love you guys. And then she's going to hopefully roll well to
All right.
comfort or support her friends.
Let's do it.
Oh, she misses. So
Boy. That's
I
a
tried.
4. But you do have one person who can get 2 from
that's
a pool,
me.
and somebody else can help as well.
I can do well.
It
So
depends. If you only have so many team in the pool. So if you want to do this, you're absolutely welcome to clear a condition, because y'all are hit hard at this point. Or you can just let it go and then.
What do we have left in the
We're at
pool?
4 in the pool. We need to spend 2 with one of you doing the troublemaker.
I can also, with a move, get us another team in the pool by confessing a flaw of my homeland, hometown.
My hometown, Mars.
So I can do that after we do this. We'll gain the one back if that hits.
So we're only using one. I think that might be worth it.
Probably.
But how do we destructive criminal or rule breaking actions is how
We're
we get to
literally teenagers that were told to stay in the field house, and we're running out to go
Mhm.
join the fight. So
Yeah.
I feel like everything we're doing right now is breaking the rules.
Right. Or if you guys all want to give a heartfelt speech, I'll accept that as well. I'm here for the friendship, guys.
I tried. I gave you friendship and wholesomeness
I was
from
gonna
the
say,
assassin.
to give you 2 in the pool. I was gonna construct like a megaphone to help you, so we can all hear you over the noise. If we want to do that,
You can do that if you like. I just picture Jupiter be like, "Hey guys, wait. Look, this is," and then just like this giant megaphone comes up. It's like talking to that.
It's like she knew.
Mhm.
I like it.
Chat says heartfelt speech. So.
Inspired and also inspirationally, I punch the wall as hard as I can and make the hole bigger so we can all get out. That's how I help.
Okay.
That's Sophia's version of a heartfelt speech.
That's
I know,
fair.
I'm tearing down this building for you.
Okay. Fine. That's work. All right. So you guys have used your and you wanted to do another thing, Jupiter?
Yes, I can use my not so different after all. When you
Mhm.
talk about your home, roll plus freak. On a plus 10, choose 2. On a plus 9 or 7 to 9, choose 1. During the conversation, confess a flaw of your home, add 1 team to the pool. Mislead them about your home, take influence over them, or describe the glories of your home, clear a condition. On a miss, you inadvertently reveal more about yourself than you planned. Tell them a secret or vulnerability you haven't shared with Earthlings before now. So I guess I have to roll first and then
Yeah.
see what happens. It's one of those. So
scared.
That's a hit.
all right, so I get a 9. So confess a flaw of my home, add 1 team to the pool.
Like,
What
my
the-
world's great.
I mean, what's a flaw of the perfect planet?
They did abandon you here.
They did, but everybody knows that. They didn't abandon me, they just changed the directive, Oh, here we go. Like, wow. you know, it's kind of weird being here because, like, you guys don't, push off all of your like elders once they're not really useful into, places. Like Nancy goes and visit her grandpa. Like on my planet, once you're no longer useful to the whole, you just go to a different planet, our moon, which is where they keep all the people that aren't useful to society anymore.
Spend a little more time on Earth. You'll get there.
Okay. All right, we got our team back.
All right, everyone clear one condition. Sophia immediately clears afraid. Got it.
I need that
I
one.
know. All right.
I'll keep angry all day.
All right. Before we go out there, let's take our break now. Before we get into the big bad battle stuff. So don't go no place because we are going to hop right back into it in 5 to 10. Make sure to grab a beverage, take your meds, get a Soylent Green if you need it. And we'll be back
No.
in.
It's people.
I know. It's a joke. They're going to the farm. All the old people go to the farm.
Are you saying?
Yes.
I don't want to continue this conversation. I'm sorry I said anything.
All right, we'll be back in 5 to 10. We'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hello and welcome back to the stream. I'm not muted this time. We are in the thick of it. The gang, the team of heroes is going to move forward out of the field house. What are you guys going to do? Got a heck of a seat in front of you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I use my Doom track to have a dark vision? And the specific question I have is I don't know if you can answer this. What's one weakness Ed McMahon has right now? What's a power he hasn't absorbed that we think he has?
You're trying to see if there is something that you are going to do or can do that will weaken him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and mark your doom track as you force a dark vision. Nancy, you're controlling this line of debris behind you. And as you move forward, you see up in the sky the last laugh. In the clouds, you see these like flashes of light as these two bodies are engaging, as Blitz is trying to help and maybe avenge his father a bit. And your vision goes black, and you see a bunch of flashes of random battle and fights and blood and gore. You see visions of the individual cities that are being attacked, demons going after people, robots attacking. There's you see the woman who trained you is pulling ichor from herself and like shooting it at people. It's attaching to them and consuming their these heroes power and draining them of power and stamina. And as you flash, your vision begins to flash forward as the battle continues in your mind. It's hard to grasp onto certain things, but as you are seeing all of these visions, all these flashes, you think back and are able to see a battle between the Golden Duke, a very publicized battle between the Golden Duke and someone else, a large Professor Nemesis, the one of the large villains of the time. And as the battle was continuing, you can see visions of the Golden Duke being beaten, and he has a massive amount of power and vulnerability, but he can, as these blows are hitting him, you see the certain spots that Nemesis is hitting him at, and you flash to the future a little bit, and you see flashes of golden hair as fists are connecting and certain pressure points on the Golden Duke, or on the Last Laugh. And as fists are hitting places like inside of the arm, right on the back where the kidneys are, these places that are vulnerable to most humans, if they're hit hard enough, you think maybe that could be something that could bring him and weaken him. Because if you hit something hard enough, as you've learned from your friend Sophia, if you break it down, it's invulnerability doesn't necessarily mean always invulnerable all the time. So if you break it down enough, you can weaken him. And your vision clears as you see yourself running into, and there's another explosion behind you as part of the dormitories gets blown off.
Nancy kind of comes to, and she's like, I had a vision. His weaknesses are literally his body. We just have to punch him in his organs.
Hit him hard, hit him
Come on.
fast.
Okay. And then, yeah, we keep going.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do while the Last Laugh is up in the sky?
Jupiter is going to do something kind of dumb. She can fly.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to look for an opportunity and not discuss this with her team whatsoever. And just fly up and try to put herself in between Blitz and the Last Laugh, hoping to like take a blow for him.
Okay.
And
So you are
maybe absorb the kinetic energy from the Last Laugh instead of like really taking the hit, because she can do that. Maybe.
We'll see. Jupiter flies up into the air without talking to anyone else. You break through the clouds and you see the Last Laugh is in a full-on fist battle. They both have lasers coming out of their bodies, and Blitz is completely enraged at this point. The Last Laugh is calm. He seems to be collected in this moment, but his mask and his cape are completely disheveled. His outfit has been torn, and as he winds back, you put yourself in between you and Blitz, and as that happens, a crack comes through the air and just breaks the silence of the wind around you. And Jupiter, you feel this. You've had Sophia punch you before. You've been in battles. This is the hardest you've ever been hit, and as you feel yourself take this impact, take this blow, you in fact fall back into Blitz, and as that happens, Blitz goes flying faster than you've ever seen. You on the ground, you guys hear this crack and see the silhouettes of Jupiter and Blitz and the Last Laugh, and when the next flash happens again, it is just Jupiter and the Last Laugh, and you see something black falling from the sky, and as it comes to the crash on the ground, there is a charred helmet that lands, bouncing off the ground and rolling to a stop as the frayed wires are just everywhere, sputtering and sparking, and Blitz is nowhere to be seen. So you can go ahead and clear that condition, because that was super foolhardy. And go ahead, you're trying to unleash your powers and absorb this blow.
Yep.
So you don't break yourself.
Yep.
All right, let's go. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna hit him so hard next
All
time.
right. You absorb the energy as kind of like what's his name from Darwin from the X-Men movies. Your body kind of contains this energy within you after the initial hit. You feel the pressure on your chest and your ribs. If you hadn't rolled as well, your ribs would be broken and your body would be not so doing so great right now. So you absorb that power. Below, what is everyone else doing?
Get him on the ground.
Okay.
Get him on the ground and I'll take care of it.
And so Billy is going to attempt to do that with his own magic and basically create a sudden surge of gravity that just like only acts on the last laugh and just pulls him to the ground.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
I mean, with my magic.
Just
but,
unleashing your powers? You have so many moves. I don't know. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, could I snatch him to the ground?
I'm gonna say no,
Yeah.
because he's very far away. He is
Yeah.
up in the clouds, and
Mhm.
two, he is a very powerful wizard, so that might probably wouldn't work out as well as you.
Can I use my telekinesis at the same time with his gravity? Is that helping or is that just
Yes, depending on how you roll.
So yeah, I will just go ahead and attempt to unleash my powers.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Hell yeah!
I stand and watch then?
All right, Billy, you. What does it look like when you do this?
So I think, as with all his magic, there's lots of drawing circles in the air and hand gestures and such, but it looks like there is like a little down and behind last laugh so that he hopefully doesn't see this coming. There's what looks like a warping in the air is essentially he's creating a black hole, but it like starts stretching back and down towards the ground, and then like as it builds and builds and builds, it will like reach out and grab last laugh, and like as soon as he's caught in it, like it just releases all of that in one moment so that there's hopefully
These
there's
slingshots.
not time for him to be like, oh wait, there's something happening, let me counter it.
Yeah. So this happens, and Jupiter, you see the last laugh falter in the air as he is shot down towards the ground, and his feet make contact as a crater forms. There's a large rumble, smoke, like dust flying everywhere, and you see him sort of doing a hero landing, one knee on the ground, one foot and one hand, and he like stands slowly looking at the three of you on the ground.
I think as that happens, I'm like, I'll confuse him for you. So I want to do a psychic construct and make a bunch of giant publishers clearinghouse checks, like circle him so he can't see anything in front of him.
Okay.
So that way Sophia has a good like in to just punch him without him realizing it.
All right.
And Ted/Bocephus is gonna help me by like just kind of rubbing up against my leg as I'm trying to do it to make me feel happy.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Okay.
Go ahead and unleash your powers. Let's go.
Ooh, okay, it's a 7.
That's a 7. Okay, so on a 7, you mark a condition or tell me how it's unstable or temporary.
I want to say it's pretty unstable and temporary because it's just enough to confuse him for like less than a minute, probably.
Yeah.
Enough so Sophia can get a punch in, maybe.
All right. You begin these constructs fly around him. They start spinning like a sign flipper on the side of the street, and you guys can't really see what the last laugh is doing, but it is containing him for the moment. Sophia?
I'm going to launch myself at him because I want to use my moment of truth.
Yes! Okay. I'm ready. I want you to describe what happens.
This is what you do best. You let loose all the pent-up strength and rage and glee, and you break whatever stands in your way. You are a walking demolition crew. What can stand up to you? Nothing. Not buildings, not structures, not enemies. Nothing. Of course, now the people who changed you know exactly where to find you, but I'm pretty sure they already knew. Yeah, I think Sophia's gonna back up a little bit, sort of against like some of the debris and stuff, and kick her feet up on it and just launch herself at him like a missile. And then just yeah, like Aura Jojo just unleashes, like you cannot even see her fists, they're moving so quickly.
All
And I just
right.
want to punch him into oblivion. Because I think Sophia thinks if she can cut off the head of the snake,
Mm-hmm.
everyone will scatter.
All right. You are punching this man that his whole mask breaks off. You can see him faltering as you're wailing upon him.
I have the martial prowess too, so it is like Sophia knows exactly where to hit somebody to fuck him up.
Exactly. You are containing him with your blows. You feel like he has the power of the control experiment. You can feel yourself hitting him, and it feels very similar to hitting her. But as you're doing it, you are keeping him down with every punch. And even if you aren't going to like kill him or knock him out, he is contained for the moment.
And I will block one of my labels.
Yes.
So I'm locking my danger.
So as long as Sophia is doing this, the rest of you can do what you like to try and stop him forever. Who's next?
Somebody else should do something because eventually this will kill this old man.
Well, you're either gonna get tired or he's gonna get tired.
We'll see.
We'll see. But he is contained. He cannot do anything besides take these blows for as long as Sophia is doing this.
Billy is going to turn towards Nancy because it's kind of the two of us there right now. It's like, I can take him off the board, hopefully for good, but I figure you should get first shot at that.
Nancy's like kind of frantic and super excited. And she's like scrambling to figure out what to do. Nancy, while he's getting punched, she just wants to run and like scream in his face for right now.
Okay.
And just like she just screams, "Fuck you, you piece of shit. You killed my family. I hate you. You deserve this." And she just starts screaming and she has like a big smile on his face watching this old guy get the shit beat out of him.
All right. You do have your moment of truth available if you'd like to use it.
I know. And okay.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm just offering
No,
it.
I want to. And since we're pretty confident that Billy's going to be able to do something and kind of wipe him out. So does he still have his mask on?
No, it's broken away at this point.
Okay. I'm just going to keep yelling at him for a moment.
Okay. Can I offer an idea?
Yes, please.
Okay. Your powers are derived from a curse that he put upon you with his magic.
Yeah.
You could then use that and manipulate that to pull his sorcery from him.
Yep. Okay, that's what I want to do.
You can do an impossible thing, but you're going to have to mark a doom sign after.
Yeah.
And that is your last doom sign.
So my moment of truth says literally do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we're linked like that, then I do, as I'm screaming, I just want to like, since Nancy isn't quite sure how to do it, like she's just kind of imagining all the powers siphoning off of him.
Like I think you kind of almost do it unconsciously.
Okay.
I mean, like in my headspace, you're so enraged and you feel all of this. You know, think about your family, you think about your parents and all, like your grandfather and all the trauma that he's gone through, everything you've been put through. The feeling, you remember the feeling of not having this curse when you were with the band of bad guys, and just kind of remember that your whole life was shit up until like because of this man. And as you're yelling at him, as you're cursing at him, you feel the surge of your power, and you guys can see Nancy's, this as the signs sort of dissipate, you see Nancy glowing in this black energy, and as she is yelling and getting out all of her emotions and venting, the power that the Lassaf has, this dark red energy, starts to pull from him. And Sophia, you see him glowing for a moment, and then you notice that the trails of energy are going towards Nancy as she is absorbing his powers, his sorcery, his ability to do magic. That's happening.
When it said do anything, I was
Yeah.
thinking about that, but I didn't think I could actually do that.
But you could do anything, baby girl.
Nancy's sucking it up. She's like a magic vacuum for this dude.
Yes, she is. Billy, Jupiter, what would you like to do?
Are there still other bad guys fighting good guys around, like, around us? Or is everybody kind of like stopped and watched like these 4 teenagers go after the big bad evil?
I think that the campus destruction is still going on. That's kind of too far away. The trees that we're walking are now like slowly like stopping and turning back into trees. Control Experiment and Big Boy have kind of stopped what they're doing. You see that the conductor has crawled over to his sister and is like more paying attention to her than what's going on. And then the time bubble is still going on with the Silver Shepherd and Skip Jump.
My friends look like they have this handled for the most part right now.
But you also know that around the United States, or not the United States, around your country,
yes, this continent
that you are on, there are still battles that are being fought.
Jupiter's also going to unlock her moment of truth.
All right. What does it look like?
I want an army.
Yes.
I want an army of assassins from my planet to help everybody else out around the world.
Okay.
Or continent.
Go ahead, read it off and tell me what it looks like.
You embrace your home and call them for aid. They will answer your call in force, arriving exactly when you need them to turn the tide. They fight and serve you for the rest of the battle. Of course, when all is said and done, they probably like to take you back home with them. You did, you did after all, just prove yourself worthy.
Okay, so what do you do?
So, in the middle of the last battle, when she noticed that things were kind of like, you know, falling to pieces, maybe as they watched the conductor fall out of the sky, she sent off an SOS to Mercury. She's kind of just been waiting for like you know, like a end game on your left situation, you know, like, hey, beep, beep. And I think, I imagine that you hear like Mercury's voice, like Mercury's very much like Deadpool, but with all of the bravado of Tony Stark and Iron Man. So I imagine that like all of a sudden you just hear like metal music just like blasting out of nowhere. And like everybody hears this throughout the battlefield, and all of a sudden you just see all of these people dressed very similarly to Jupiter come appearing out of nowhere on like flying Ducati motorcycles. Because I've decided that they're also a motorcycle gang. And they just keep appearing all over the place, and there's just like probably like 100 of them. They're in like different sorts of like, you know, flying motorcycles and like, you know, little personal craft. Some of them just fly. They just keep popping into existence in like teams of 4 or so. But there's a group of them that look very much like Jupiter. I imagine that you see somebody that you know looks quite a lot like Jupiter, almost identical, because that's, you know, Mercury, just a male version of Jupiter. But he's like kind of orange tinted, short cropped hair. And then you also see her sibling Pluto, who is like kind of teal tinted. They've got like black mid-length hair, both sides are shaved, and they usually wear it back in like a bun. And then you see Neptune, who is blue, almost like just like basically like blue skin, almost like a water genasi would be, long blue hair, very stern face. And she just looks terrifying. Like just like you just not a person you'd walk on the other side of the street. Like if you saw the look on her face, you just like, you know, never mind. She's the oldest. And then you probably only see one dad, which would be the greenish one, who's got like, you know, like a high and tight like military cut. And he's like very serious. But they're all dressed very similarly, and they probably just pop into existence right around Jupiter.
Yeah, you see everyone except for your dad, and your siblings pop in next to you, and Mercury's just very much like, You invited us to a party, but it seems like you got it handled. Hey, where's Dad? And then you just hear a large explosion, bigger than anything that you've heard, and the beholder you see an explosion where the beholder was, and your father just riding through it on his motorcycle. He's got his force blade in his hand, and he is heading your way. And I think that Neptune is. There seems to be trouble all over the place. Where do you think we should focus our people?
We've got it mostly handled here. I think if one of you sticks around here, one or two of you guys, or maybe one team, but there's a bunch of people. They attacked 3 separate cities, I think, right? Besides this one. They attacked Spark City.
Infinite City.
Yeah. Infinite City, yeah. So they attacked 3 separate cities, and she's just going to ping them the locations. This is where you need to go. They probably need help because we only saw one team go that direction, and it looked like chaos. Be careful of the one who starts fires. She is our blood is a drug to her.
Mercury says, sounds fun. And you kind of see them all give you a little nod as they ride a little bit away. Your sister Neptune is starting to give off orders to the other groups around. I think that Pluto's going to stick around, but for everyone else, they and a couple of your other people from your planet are hanging around. But everyone else is sort of, as they ride, you see them sort of flicker out of existence again as they sort of teleport to these cities and start helping out there. All right.
We have an army of assassins, guys. What are we gonna do with it?
Bruh.
And they're all hot.
They are all hot.
hot.
It's canon.
Does anybody want to know their powers? Does anybody care about that?
Well,
for everybody.
let's finish
Post
this.
Okay.
I want to read.
We got one more moment of truth, or just do a normal attack.
Yeah,
Billy, just punch him.
yeah. I mean, it worked against that other villain. But so Sophia's still going to town on
Yeah.
Ed McMahon. Nancy's like pulled most of his magic out from him or something.
Yeah.
So Billy, seeing that this is probably when he's going to be the most vulnerable, at first is using the moment of truth here.
All right.
Which is your mind's eye opens and you can see the world around you like never before. You can control it at will with ease. Of course, warping reality tends to have ramifications down the line, but in your moment of godhood, how could you possibly be worried? And so it at first looks like Billy is just charging up his powers again, but whereas normally it like cuts off as he has like filled himself up, this time he doesn't shut it off and just continues to pull in power. And so, light and reality starts warping around Billy. Like the colors get all weird. The terrain is shifting rapidly around him. It's like a mix of I'm pulling from Doctor Strange, which has been one of the inspirations from obviously, but like the mirror world, and also as they are going through all the different multiverses in the second one. So it is almost painful to look at the space around Billy as he just continues to pull in magical energy here. And he just makes his way over to where Ed McMahon is being assaulted on the ground. And he just kind of says, I thought wisdom was supposed to come with old age, but you should know magic is meant to help people. You have abused it, so I'm going to send you someplace where there's no magic and you can't hurt anyone ever again. And just like snaps his fingers and a tear in reality opens up behind Ed McMahon, and Billy just, kind of just with a dismissive hand gesture, yeets him through into what is intended to be a demi-plane where no magic functions.
All right. Nancy, you finish absorbing all of this energy, the rip behind at the last laugh. I can't call him Ed McMahon. It sounds less epic than I wanted to. So the last laugh gets pulled back into this reality as you absorb the last of his power. You feel Billy, you feel a presence behind you, as the Silver Shepherd walks towards you with the unconscious or dead body of Skip Jump in their arms, and you see this reality close. This plane closes, but the reality this tear remains. And as you see this, the Silver Shepherd puts down Skip Jump and says very quickly, I we have to close this. This can't remain. And they move forward and begin to draw symbols in the air. And as they do so, this tear seems to be closing. And as the Silver Shepherd is closing this tear, you see them sort of go down to a knee. And then this is taking an immense amount of their power to close.
Billy will go up and, like, with the seething magical energy that's still channeling through him, will mostly focus it into the Silver Shepherd, but will use what knowledge he has of, like, trying to close it back up. But as he is coming down off the magical high, is much more like, oh, I have to actually do the magic now. I have to think about it. I can't just does not just do what I want. I have to remember how magic works again.
Yes. And as you do so, the tear closes. The Silver Shepherd is on a knee, taking a breath, and there is silence that falls over the field. And for the first time in what feels like hours, there is quiet. And Nancy, as this happens, you feel the power that has been pulled into you surging through you. It feels worse than anything you've ever experienced. The power's too much for you. Your doom has come to fruition as you fall to the ground, and this power it's too much. Your body is falling apart from the inside. Do you guys want to do?
Yes, I have an idea.
Okay.
I want to land right in front of Nancy, and Jupiter's just gonna like yell at her, like to blast it at me. Get rid of as much as you can of it. Throw it at me.
So if I'm able to do anything, I imagine I would try to like just shoot it up in the sky before I have to blast it at you. Because Nancy didn't think of that when she was laying there, to see if that works at all.
Okay. I think this is the perfect use of unleash your powers. You are literally trying to unleash them from your body.
Okay. Ugh. And we'll say Ted/Bocephus, he's there.
Yeah.
Snuggling me, and then he might disappear, which is sad, but ooh, okay. And I got a 13 for that.
Okay. Nancy, you reach up into the sky and you start to expel all of this energy from your body. You can feel the power that you had before mixing in with the power that you have grabbed from the last laugh, and you are expelling it from your body. It feels like you are pushing your soul out, basically, with all of this energy that is moving out of you. And as you do so, you are able to push all of it out, all of this bad, all of this good, and you feel yourself blacking out as it happens. And as the last bit of energy expels out, Nancy falls limp to the ground as her body is exhausted and she is barely breathing.
I feel like Jupiter was right there, so she'll try to catch her.
Okay.
Should I take her somewhere?
She's just gonna scream for one of her dads.
Oh.
And hopefully it's her dad Arlen makes an appearance because he's the, the genius,
Mm-hmm.
the scientist. Maybe he can fix it.
Yeah, you yell out into the sky for your father, and you see his motorbike make his way down, and he kind of like almost throws it to the side as he like comes over and kneels in, and he's like looking at her, and is yeah, I don't really know human physiology. She seems to have a very weak heart. She needs some sort of electrical shock.
Jupiter's probably still like tingling with this power that she didn't use that she got from the last laugh. So she's just gonna kind of I keep pulling from the Avengers because it's so perfect.
Uh-huh.
But where like Thor takes like Mjolnir and just like kind of like like to try to like make it better. She's gonna try to do that, but obviously I don't have like a weapon, so she's just gonna kind of like hit her heart with like the palm of her hand to try to expel just enough energy to be like a little like electrical shock. But she doesn't know how many joules that go into it.
Yeah.
So she's gonna hope for the best.
Is anybody else gonna do anything in this moment?
Oh, you're not supposed to touch someone when they're receiving a shock.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Clear.
Sophia and Billy, you're watching along as Jupiter's father takes his hands away, and Jupiter pushes into Nancy's chest, and this electricity surges through her. And Nancy, your eyes begin to flutter open, and you feel, you feel like you just got hit by a truck, but you also feel like you did when you were with the band of bad guys. Like your curse has been removed from your body.
So I feel kind of good in a horrible way.
Yeah.
As I
physically terrible.
Yeah. As I slowly come to, I'm like, is that fucker gone or what?
He should be. Silver Shepherd checked it as well, and tear should be sealed.
We did it. Where's my grandpa? I gotta tell my fucked up Ed McMahon.
do you need to go to the hospital?
Yes, I think you need to go to the hospital.
I feel horrible, but I feel really good. I want grandpa. Somebody needs to find grandpa.
We can
yes,
call him and
we
bring
know where
him
he
to the
is.
hospital.
Can we bring him
I'm
to the
gonna
hospital?
take you to the hospital now.
You guys,
Before the adrenaline
whatever.
wears off.
you hear footsteps crunching through the grass as someone is running towards you at breakneck speed. As you turn and look, it is a normal looking human boy with a camera phone out as Carter is running onto the battlefield, and he's, oh my god, is everyone okay?
Will you get your boyfriend, please?
No, I did the whole thing. Everyone saw. The whole world saw you guys defeat Ed McMahon.
Did you just live stream this?
Yes.
I'm
What
surprised there was
part
enough
of
of a
stay
signal.
What part of stay safe did you not understand?
I was in the tree line. Nobody saw me.
It's not
Died.
about
Fucking
you, Carter.
awesome.
Thank you.
You two stop growing out. You could have died.
It's not about
We
you,
all could have
Carter.
died.
No, it's about you guys.
Die.
You're insane.
whose
That
channel
was
was that
so
on?
cool. Oh, I was just. It was on my Twitch. That's the only thing I knew. I didn't want to put it on Facebook. That seemed.
Well, no, I just want to make sure I
Gauche.
could see the VOD, but I follow you.
Yeah.
We're
But
cool.
is there anything that you want to say to the world?
I do. You guys, I have something.
Let Nancy
like
do it.
prop up
Nancy, you slowly kind of get yourself up to your feet with the help of Sophia.
It's just hanging there. Fuck Ed McMahon. And like, and that's
Like,
it.
in the chat, it is just fuck Ed McMahon.
I get
all
some
the way
F's in
down.
the chat for Ed McMahon, please.
Like our actual Twitch.
I don't
Yes.
think he's dead yet, but I don't know if I left food or water. And that
No,
doesn't
we
count
don't want
for
to
him.
pay respects.
Oh my god, the
X to
smoker.
doubt. Get some X's in the chat. Press X to doubt that anything Ed McMahon ever did was good for anybody.
You guys did it. You totally fucked over Ed McMahon. And you saved the world.
Yeah, but that was secondary.
Yeah, fuck Ed McMahon. That's the only thing that really matters.
And we had a lot of help.
Oh my god, we left the kid inside.
Oh my god.
Sophia just there's just like a dust cloud. It's like comes back with him. Okay, he's fine.
Carter
Sorry, we left you in
turns the
hiding.
camera back on you guys. It's like, do you guys have a team name? Like covers the microphone. Do you guys have a team name?
No.
I don't really have powers anymore, so I don't really fuck Ed McMahon. I don't know.
Okay.
Fun?
Is there,
I'm not good at naming things.
okay. These heroes saved everyone. And now there's aliens that are saving other cities, and it's all thanks to these guys. So follow their social media
Should
and
we ask the chat for a team name?
I'm good
Yeah.
with that.
it's going really fast. I don't know if I could actually pick one
You might
out.
wanna
No,
make a
honey, you gotta
Twitter
put it in
poll.
slow mode.
What the fuck? How? Oh,
Here, give it to me.
okay.
There.
Oh my god, that's so much easier.
Mm.
There are many a name thrown out, but I don't want to name you guys. Basically,
Going to a generator.
yeah. Oh, that's a good name.
It's been 19 episodes and we never once had an actual discussion about a
Hey.
team name.
The Playthings
too
of the
cool for
Gods
that.
never had a team name.
I mean,
Now
should we
this
just
generator has two options: English names, French names.
I mean, should we
English
just snag
names?
vigilantes? Because that's always
We could
such a
snag
good one.
vigilantes.
All right.
So
That's all we did last time we played Maze.
And
That's
thus the mask
beautiful.
multiverse continues.
They
to
live
There you go.
on.
There you go.
The vigilantes live on.
A
All right.
vigilantes.
You know,
Uh,
once upon a time, I heard about another group. That was called the Vigilantes. I feel like they almost made a show about them.
That's a fucking good name.
That's awesome.
All right. You have it here first. The Vigilantes. Saving the day, killing people. Well,
We didn't kill anyone.
No, nobody died. It's fine. Follow them on Instagram and stuff.
Carter, you can't just say stuff like that.
Okay, bye. He ends the stream. I think that how do you pronounce your dad's names? Arlen?
Arlen and Hevlin. I think it's
Arlen
Arlen and Arlen is the scientist and Hevlin is the
Yeah, Arlen kind of walks over to you, Jupiter, and who is this boy?
Dad, this is Carter. My human kind of boyfriend. Carter, this is my dad.
You see Carter like kind of brushing himself off. It's very nice to meet you, sir. And as he goes in for the handshake, your dad's very suspicious giving this handshake. You guys hear portals opening up, and you see your classmates and all of the heroes from outside that have transferred, that had gone to the other cities, start to walk back into this scene. And as Flyboy and the Laughter emerge, there's Tara and Pigment, Amanda, Technomancer, Danny, Tony, and Steelwing, Starburst, and Muck. They all reappear with their respective big heroes. And Thalassophobia goes over to the Tempest and the Conductor to try and help with that situation. They seem to have gotten the Tempest stable. And the Conductor, still missing an arm, it seems to have, there wasn't that much, because it was shot off by a laser. There's a little bit of a little bit of
Cauterized
blood.
the
Yeah,
wound.
yeah, mostly cauterized, a little bit of blood still going. But they take them off together. And as Tara emerges, Brave Moth, she has with her a limping friend with her, as Damien, aka
'cause
Blitz,
That was my next move, was to go find Davian.
seems to have flown very far away. And the all your classmates run around you and start like congratulating you and like, oh my god, what happened? You have to tell us everything. And I think that Blitz is like, that was. Did we win?
I can't believe you tried to take on the last laugh by yourself. You crazy person.
I had to do something.
No, absolutely. But you would have died if I hadn't taken that hit for you.
Yeah. How are you not dead?
Because I can absorb kinetic energy, you weirdo.
Tara is kind of holding him up, and she's like, "It's okay, babe. We'll get over. We'll take you to the hospital. I think your dad and your aunt are really they're on their way. I think we should go too." And he's like, "Okay, but we're gonna have to recap when I see you guys again."
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
Babe.
He kind of gives you guys a look and like rolls his eyes, and they move off.
Oh, we were on the same page.
Today, me and Rachel are sharing the brain cell.
Yay!
That was an RJ original. that they are a couple now.
No,
I love that.
I
for
love
them.
that for them too.
But all your other classmates are around you, telling you tales of where they were. Let's just double check.
Say, while you're thinking, Nancy's sitting and just kind of pissed
Mhm.
because no one would let her see her grandpa, but now we have to sit and talk to all these assholes. So she's just sitting down with her phone, just texting her grandpa all about everything.
He's
that
still in
happened.
the safe house.
Yeah. He's
in the bunker.
20
I
feet
know.
away from
20
you,
feet
Nancy.
away, yeah.
You see him emerge from the safe house, like, is everything all right? And Jackie goes over to you, Nancy, and is like, oh my god, are you okay?
Like we fucked him up.
You did it.
We did it.
We did it.
I punched him so many times.
I saw. We were watching the recap on the way over.
That has to be a record number of punches inside of like 30 seconds. Like that has to be a world record. We have
I've
to like
been
put that somewhere.
watching a lot of anime.
I almost couldn't do anything because I just liked seeing it so much. I
But
just
you
froze
did. You
for a
pulled all
second.
of his like fucking power energy out of him.
Yeah, but then Nancy kind of looks sheepish. She's like, I mean, I don't think I have powers anymore. So you
You don't-
probably don't want like a
You
girlfriend
don't know
that
that.
doesn't have powers, but
What the fuck are you talking? You just saved the goddamn world and fucked over Ed McMahon. I don't care if you have powers or not. That's the most badass thing I've ever seen.
Nancy is just kind of grinning and like, oh, okay, thanks.
I think she's going to
But-
like help you stand, and you can see that there are some cuts and bruises on her as well. But her and Racket are going to usher you over to your grandfather,
Yay.
and he is like over the fucking moon. Like you've seen your grandpa excited, but he's like will not stop talking, and just going on and on about like I knew it. He was gonna take over the world with all of his powers, and then you came in and you were insane. You were incredible. You and your friends, they're so awesome.
In between, Nancy's just kind of like, yeah, like just giving one word back to him. She
Mhm.
just likes seeing him that happy, and she doesn't really have the energy to be that excited, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
she is.
And Johnny, you have all of your friends around you, so Tony is like just raving at Sophia about like how awesome she was with the punching, and like I've never seen someone like that. I mean, like even in watching the Golden Duke, he was never that like ferocious, and like you could have taken on the Golden Duke.
That doesn't freak you out.
No, this is crazy. This is so cool.
It was really hot, wasn't it, Tony?
Oh,
You hear Jupiter all from afar.
He kind of blushes and like it's wow, it's like really, I mean, like very, this is a very attractive thing that you did. I mean, like it was very cool. I don't know, like I'm not into like pain, but like it was very incredible.
So he just does not stop
He
him.
just lets him continue on. And I think that Amanda is gonna run up to Billy and
Not
just
into
like
pain.
it's I don't know.
Good to know.
He's like, I was hot in the sense that you have a lot of power and it was cool, but also like I don't want to be beaten on, so I don't know how hot. He's like just fumbling over his words, but like
Okay. Well, good to know.
overall very positive things. He's coming out in the good end of the conversation. Amanda's gonna run up to Billy and hug him and just, oh my god, that was insane. I can't believe that we actually did it. We defeated the time bot and then people started getting their souls sucked out of them and it was, but I was able to see some of the battle. You ripped a hole in the space-time continuum.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone the nuclear route, but it seemed like what we needed to do.
Well, you calculated what you needed to do and you did it.
And it was really hot, wasn't it, Amanda?
She like looks over. Yes, it was very attractive.
You'll have to tell me about your battle as well. I mean, dealing with souls, that's not something I would know how to do, so sounds like you were very impressive as well.
Yes, well, my animals did come in handy, but I mean, it was nothing compared to. I mean, until the aliens came, we didn't even know if we were going to succeed or not. You guys, you were real heroes. You saved everyone. You're what we all want to be.
Well, we all did good work today. And I think hopefully we get, a nice long break as they rebuild the school. But
As humble as ever. And Amanda's gonna lean in and kiss you.
Billy is a little surprised at first, but returns.
And she kind of pulls back and realizes everyone is watching and standing around and just kind of like blushes and pulls her hair in front of her face. Anyways, we should probably all go see some sort of doctor, right?
Right, and I did kind of leave one of the villains is in an airtight box, so should probably let her out of there.
Right. I did not see that on the replay, but yeah, no, go do what you have to do. You guys, I'm sure, are going to get some sort of conversation.
But Billy will start looking around for people to help contain the smoker in case she is still conscious and tries to escape.
I'm gonna try to wake the kid up.
Okay. You sort of shake him, and as you do, he kind of like flinches a little bit, blinks back to, what happened?
Aqualion threw me into you and got kind of busted up.
I think my arm is broken.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault.
I did save you from a burning building
I appreciate that.
in a definitely safe and reasonable time frame. Are you
Did
okay?
we win?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Y'all did a good job. I'll give you notes on Monday. Just everyone take 5.
We got it on video.
Perfect. I think we should all go see someone.
Do you need me to set that?
My bones aren't quite like yours.
Oh, okay.
He kind of starts to limp off, and Johnny Vibes looks at him and sort of ushers him off to another one of the heroes who moves him away, and Johnny and Thalassophobia sort of approach your group. As they do, all of the other students break away and start heading back towards the school. And Johnny Vibes is like, pretty beaten up. You see that he has a lot of blood on him. He doesn't look super like cut up or anything like that. But he approaches your group and with thalassophobia, and you guys did, I mean, from what I can see, you guys did a great job. And it's gonna take us some time to get the school back in order, so
Spring break?
yeah, I think we gotta break a little early, but I'm proud of you guys. You did a good job. And I'm sorry that I tried to hold you back. It's not that I don't trust you kids. Obviously, you guys are incredible fighters. But I'm glad that you guys did what you did. Off the record, if anybody from the school asks, you're in a lot of trouble.
That makes sense.
Does it?
I don't know what to say. Just say yes sometimes, Sophia. Okay.
No.
Just
Why would I do that?
all right. Yeah. This
We
is
gotta
this
teach
is
you
my
about
bad.
improv.
No.
Yeah, we'll take a class together.
Sophia has zero interest in improv.
My art is probably the most scripted art there is.
Johnny steps away as thalassophobia is left with you guys. So, you defeated the big bad.
We had a lot of help.
Yeah, that's part of being a hero. But if you ever need me, I think that I could probably add you to my repertoire of people to call upon. If you're interested.
You've been the best accidental mentor I think we've ever had.
I'm touched. Not too old, though.
No, we're sorry we kept dragging you into things but you were kind of our only option for an adult who wouldn't judge us for breaking the rules.
Well, we all went to school at one point, and I don't think that I was the most well-behaviored of the group.
We appreciated that.
If you keep on this path, perhaps you will get to see how old I am. I have a pretty cool cave, too, as he's, like, backing away. You know, it's underwater. Not all of it, but most of it, so maybe someday.
I don't need to breathe, and Billy can make them a bubble. We can come visit.
One day, perhaps. Go get some medical assistance, okay? Your fight is done. Take time, please.
Jupiter has no idea how old that man is, but she's just so weirdly interested in figuring it out someday.
Is that flirting?
I don't know. She doesn't know if it's appropriate to flirt, so she kind of half flirts.
That was incredibly inappropriate.
You're one to talk.
I didn't say I was going to stop you.
All right. You guys have defeated the big bad. Found your love interests. I think you guys, your characters are going to go get medical attention. And I think that's it. That's it for the game. We got to do our sunsets, but
Still, nobody knows that Sophia and Jupiter made out, and that's my favorite thing.
We got away with it.
We got away with it. I just wanted to throw that out there because it's been so long. I think everyone's forgotten that happened and nobody knows.
All right. So you guys have, I mean, the school is rebuilt. You start back up the next year as seniors. Everyone kind of goes on to do their old things. Jackie stays pretty close to home. Nancy, I assume you would like to continue to date your hyena girlfriend.
Yep.
Yeah. what do you guys what's the future hold for our heroes? Does anyone want to go first?
I've got mine all mapped out, so I can
Okay.
go first.
Go ahead.
So Nancy totally loses her powers because her curse is over. So they're all completely gone. So she she goes on senior year and keeps doing stuff with the vigilantes, but she's more like a team mom. Like she brings juice boxes and like orange slices and shit for all of our things.
Are you
And
our
then-
guy in the chair?
Yeah, the guy in the chair, the man in the band.
Oh yeah, but I don't know what that is. But yeah, I'll be the.
You're the one on the comms that just
Yeah,
keeps
like ground
track
control.
of everybody. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You're ground
that's me.
control.
I can do that. I understand that. So eventually Nancy goes off to college and follows the career path of her favorite character, Blanche, and does art history. And she just tries to get a part-time job at a museum after she graduates. She's with Jackie and they have a bunch of little pups, which however that happens, it happens. And Nancy basically just wants to become a stay-at-home mom because Jackie's like a successful hero and like someone's got to take care of all these little puppies they have. So that's Nancy. She's just pumped, takes like substitute jobs when she can at the art museum, but and that's how she rolls.
And every once in a while, when your hero friends really need you, you're, honey, I gotta go.
Yep, I pop out, get the snacks, and go coordinate for everybody.
I love that.
I think we've got enough friends that have some awesome technology abilities, including Danny and one of Jupiter's siblings.
Mhm.
They can create like an awesome little room that, Nancy can just slide into when it's time to
Mhm.
hop into action.
That's perfect.
All right, who's next?
Jupiter can go. I think that, since the moment of truth ends with, her planet being like, okay, time to come back, your mission's over. I think Jupiter chooses to stay on Earth, to leave her family and map out her own future, which I think includes doing a bunch of hero work and kind of trying to find her own place, probably still doing most of the stuff with, I would think with Sophia and Billy, a lot of teamwork when it comes to, the big things, but, on her own or working with all the other people that we've met along the way, when her talents are needed in places, and just kind of tries to find her own way, gets a cute little like loft apartment and, just like living on her own and finally being, free of everybody else's expectations of her, and she can make her own. I think that's what, trying to figure out. She just spends like, I would say, her late teens and early 20s just kind of try to figure out like carving out her own path as opposed to everybody else's vision of what she should be doing.
All right. Do you remain with Carter? Does it fizzle out after time? Do you date the Lossophobia?
I don't know. How old is Lossophobia? Can she date the Lossophobia? Because then the answer is yes.
I think for the
is
most
less than a 20-year age
yes, there is definitely
All
less
right,
than a
we're
20-year age gap. But
her
when
and Carter lasts for a while.
Mhm.
But I think he eventually finds a nice human girl to settle down with.
Oh, I like
because
that.
he is too sweet of a being to wait worrying about his crazy superhero girlfriend who just wanders off all the time doing stupid reckless shit.
Yeah.
And Jupiter probably needs somebody who can, keep up with that. I like to think that maybe she and Sophia date for a while, but realize that like maybe they're better off as friends. I just feel like they like tried it out, like lived together for a little while, like as roommates, and like kind of dated, and then just went back to roommates, but it was like really cordial and totally fine, and they stayed best friends. They're like, you know what? We're gonna call it.
We're better as friends.
We're better as friends. Like this was really fun. Would totally do it in a pinch, like lonely night.
But not serious.
But not serious. No.
I think as you get a bit older, again, Thalassophobia is very secretive. It's very rare that he comes around. But as you gain his trust more and as you get to know him, you do he reveals his age where he's not He's probably about like 25 at this point in the game. And so when you're in your mid 20s, he's in his mid 30s, so it's not really that weird. But he does reveal to you his face. He is a dark-skinned man with a very impressive jawline, and like golden eyes, and he looks like probably like a 20 something. And he reveals to you that as part of his powers is he doesn't really age very much.
Rachel, he looks like Xanther.
I was just thinking the same thing as Xanther.
Who's Xanther?
Xanther Bowen, the person my character on Monday night's game just
Wants
made
to
out
date.
with. I'll send you a picture. I'll
Okay.
I mean, you can look it up. I'm sure it's on the Strixhaven stuff.
I'll post him. I have him.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. But yeah, I think that's I feel like they would be a good fit. Weird alien girl who doesn't age the same way as everybody else does, and the person who doesn't age the same way everybody else does.
Yeah.
Nice fit. Nice
Definitely.
elongated lifespan.
Yeah.
Together.
It is one of those things that it's kind of like, I mean, he doesn't talk to the press or anything like that, so it's never like public knowledge or anything like that. He's a very private person, but you do get to see his cave.
She's out in the world, like full social media. A bajillion, probably all have a bajillion followers after that battle.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So she's doing the full social media thing, but then just disappears for weeks at a time to hang out with the Lesbovia in his cave. And things go great.
This beautiful, beautiful Cuban man. All right. Who's next?
I can go next. Sophia graduates because she has to, because her mom's a teacher, and uses the fame and followers to springboard her professional wrestling career. She does hero work, but splits her time between the two, using the same persona and costumes and everything for wrestling, but amped up a little more. I think probably has a heel turn at some point, which she really enjoys, getting to play the villain for a while for TV, and then comes back around, and yeah, I think she wrestles for a long time. I was trying to decide if her and Tony stay together.
Tony would be the perfect stay-at-home dad.
That's what I was thinking.
Or like a cat dad.
I think they're probably like on again and off again for a while, just because they're like, they have a lot of stuff in common, but they're also like very different. And so I think when they're younger, like, are kind of on and off again. And I don't know, it'd probably take him some time to warm up to like that level of, because she's like got to be like wildly famous at that point, just also on TV. But I think probably like later on they end up back together.
I like that.
And in a good spot.
Yeah. And he can draw dinner every night and get you flowers whenever you need it. Pretty much, I mean, he can do anything with his powers, so he can, as long as he can draw it, he can do it. I think he becomes an art teacher for a little while, because he's like, oh, this is my passion, and then kind of realizes that he doesn't, like, he feels like he's not fulfilling his potential. So then he goes, and I think he starts working for one of the hero companies as like the tech guy, the guy that kind of like helps out the heroes and makes their stuff, and hones his skills and creativity to basically get whatever they need.
And Sophia cycles through giving all of her friends at least one turn. Every time she has to go to a red carpet event, she drags somebody along with her, so they all get to go.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, Billy.
Billy first goes and finds those letters that he wrote before everything went down and tears them up because they're no longer needed. And I think typically, as much as possible, he tries to downplay that, I was the guy who tore a hole in reality, except for like in the case of social media, like finally makes an account just to get verified and be like, yeah, that was me. I tore a hole in space-time once. but like never post anything on it. Is mostly just to be like, no, this is the only Billy Burns account. Anyone else is a phony, because he has very much taken on the mindset of, oh, I have enormous powers. I have to be extremely responsible with them. And so, like, is just nose to the grindstone in studying for the rest of the time at the Golden Duke Academy. Goes off to college, and gosh, what does he study? Probably gets into the field of activism and human rights, and very much is like, hey, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Let me just remind you, I tore a hole in reality once. You might want to straighten up here. And so
The strong
becomes
arm approach.
little bit, but aside from when he's doing that, tries to be as down to earth as possible, which I think staying in a relationship with Amanda probably helps with.
Yeah. I think
She
Amanda
is so stable.
the stable, the most stable. She goes on. She is very driven. She goes on to become a hero with a major. I was going to say label a major hero corporation, and sort of becomes their like face. And she is, very popular, especially with all of the like. But she's very good at like talking to the people. She creates like little animals for like kids to play with, and so she's very well liked. And she is very down to earth and driven to help people in whatever way possible. So I think she helps you out with your activism a lot. And yeah, I think that you guys have a very stable and non-chaotic life together. The Silver Shepherd will continue to teach you. And after this whole thing, they kind of, their power is diminished a little bit after, keeping the reality together. But they're still able to teach you as much as you like. And you're able to visit them in their sanctuary as much as possible. And yeah.
Probably takes over a lot of their responsibilities.
Yeah, definitely. I think that Blitz goes on to be more of the. I think. Let me just double check what they wanted to do. I think there's a rumor that goes around after the fight that Blitz, the social media person, has been killed in battle. And I think that Damien goes off that for a while and lets Blitz die. And then he kind of comes back as more of a low key hero. I think he spends a lot of time helping his dad recover, and his aunt. There is a time period after the big battle where small bands of bad guys, not the band of bad guys, but just small factions pop up, and but for the most part, the other heroes are able to take care of it while the Tempest and the Conductor recover, as well as all of the other heroes. I think Bubble Pop steps up a bit more, and she kind of reveals more of her power set, her ability to not only control the undead, but to control a lot of dead things, such as organic materials that are used in construction and that sort of stuff. So she's able to contain a lot of threats. And her popularity grows because of this, and she handles it like a champ with lets it roll off her back, basically. But I think Tara and Damien stay together for a long time until Tara wants to. Tara's more of a social media person, and I think that kind of tears a rift in their relationship for a while, as Damien's trying to stay below the radar. But I think in the end they work out their differences because I want them to be together, and so does RJ. So they do remain together. At their wedding, you guys get to finally meet Mothman, who looks dapper as hell in a tux. By the way, his big red eyes glowing, and you can see like his little tongue thing sniffling as Tara walks down the aisle. Uh, but yeah, I think that the conductor uh, obviously does not recover his arm, but he is still able to be EMP with his sister. Once it probably takes them about a year to recover from the fight. But they give you guys all the props in the world, and you guys are, I mean, held to the highest esteem pretty much for a long time afterwards, and everyone's very grateful for what you did, especially the heroes. You gained a lot of clout within the hero community. So, yeah.
We all ride that to social media fame because Jupiter skips
Exactly.
college.
Oh, yeah.
And becomes an influencer.
Exactly. Bro, you get like so many followers. You get this trim fast. Like you get to all the ads, and it's mostly hero stuff like, oh, try out this hero uniform site, or fight for this team, that sort of thing.
Sophia and Jupiter do several commercials together.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We could not convince Nancy and Billy to be in them.
Mm-hmm.
They did not want to be on set for 16 hours. They just refused.
I think Sophia gets help from maybe Nancy. Probably gets Nancy's input. Probably gets Jupiter's input too, and does like launch her own fashion line at some point.
Yes.
We will be models for you.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
Yes. Yeah. Is there anyone else you guys want to know about?
Danny. What happens to
Danny, of course. So Danny finishes school. They for a long time they're off doing like tech stuff. They're more of a behind the scenes hero. But they do start to work with Flossophobia in the like spy game sort of stuff where he can hack into things, whereas Thalassophobia can do a lot of like sneaking. He can do the hacking. So there's a little bit of that, but he ends up repairing his relationship with his father. There is not forgiveness, but acceptance. And he goes to visit him in super jail, in mega jail, and I think they end up being okay with each other. I think Danny teaches his dad a little bit more about empathy and maybe the right things to do. But he kind of, again, grows up to be an under-the-radar hero. But he's always available if you guys need any hacking or to get messages anywhere or anything like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Whatever happened to the telepath Ainsley that they stole?
Yes. Okay. So Ainsley was stolen by the same person who took over Sophia. They were using, she was recovered after the Band of Bad Guys is disbanded. She was in a facility that was sort of, it wasn't an official Band of Bad Guys building. It was sort of a hidden base. And the person who had taken Sophia's mind and had taken Ainsley was the one who wanted the amulet. He was building up a resistance to the last laugh, and he was going to use the necklace and Ainsley's powers to basically as a safeguard against the last laugh, because they knew how powerful he was. But she's
That's
okay.
all I got for questions. That was my only unanswered question,
Yes.
I think.
What happened to Aqualion?
Oh, Aqualion's in super jail. I think
Super jail?
in super jail.
Super jail.
I was ready for you to
The
say
one
he's
on
in
the
super
moon?
hell.
He's super dead.
He's in super hell.
We killed him.
I think, you know what? I think that as a funsy thing, Terror breaks him out of super jail after a few years and releases him because she wants the chaos. And I think as that happens, it's time to get the team back together, and you guys have to go hunt him down and defeat him one last time. And you've grown in power, and he's grown in power, and it's this big battle on the outskirts of some city. Everyone's flying and shit now, and he's taking drugs, and Terror's just watching from a distance. I think Terror becomes the. I don't want to say she's a frenemy, but there are times where you can convince her to do good things in a chaotic way, and she's down for it. Like, she just wants to see the chaos. She doesn't care if people get hurt or if people get saved. But if you're like, hey, we need you to blow up this thing as a distraction, or like call upon some of your like demons to go like hunt down this person, because it'll be super fun. I think you can convince her to do that.
I love that. Just be like, okay, so I know that you're supposed to do bad things, but like, you know, would really mess up the plans of these bad people if you lit their entire facility on fire, and we could just arrest everybody as they come out, if they make it out of the building alive.
Yes, she would absolutely be down for that. So I think that she is the wild card that you can call on if you need her.
She's our walk the line.
Yes.
I like that.
All right. Yeah, Jared Hopworth also fades into obscurity. Every once in a while you hear about like a random murder that has taken place where people are missing bones. But it's very quiet. It's one of those things that like it just pop. Oh, sorry.
You froze for a second.
Sorry. He basically goes off. Jared starts killing people under the wire. And it's kind of one of those like murder mystery things where he'll kill somebody and take their bones and then be dormant for 5 years, and then like, oh, this murder will pop up, like very Criminal Minds. But I like the idea that Jared, the butcher, does not ever get caught, or like when he's like really old gets caught, something like that. He's out here doing crimes.
Only other loose end I can think of would be Black Lily.
Ah, well, that's kind of up to you guys. You know that there is a drug ring going on. You can choose to tell someone about it, or you know, kind of trap her with the authorities, or go after her yourself. But there is a network of people dealing these super power enhancer drugs.
I think Sophia would want to go after them herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think she takes it very personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Billy thinks that falls under the purview of like, you have these powers and you're abusing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Sophia, you arrest Black Lily, or...
Yeah, after... I probably... There's probably some like infiltration and information gathering involved before that, but once they have enough to go on, yeah, if Billy will help and get him.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's it. Do you guys want to do stars and wishes before we wrap up for the game?
Well, we can't have wishes.
Well,
can we do a D&D wish?
Absolutely. Yes, let's do that. Do stars and then wishes for season 2 of Playthings of the Gods.
Trying to think of a star that isn't just going to be a moment of truth.
They were.
I mean, you could do it.
They're all so good. My star, I'm gonna go. My star goes to Tanya/Nancy for the water gun was just hilarious.
That was gonna be mine.
We have the same brain cell tonight. But yeah, the water gun was just so funny. And also just the moment of truth was awesome, with like just the berating Ed McMahon and then sucking his powers out of him as you berated him and avenged your parents. It was beautiful and I loved it. And fuck Ed McMahon. No RIP for you, And then my wish for D&D. Oh my god, it's been so long since we played it. I don't remember things. My wish is fun adventures with new friends, and hopefully it doesn't take Talon very long to warm up to the new people, but I'm sorry, it's probably going to take a while. My wish is I'm sorry she is the way that she is.
I hope my friends understand.
I
That's
hope my
my
friends
wish.
understand. And the two that are left soften the blow. That is her abrasive personality.
Fair.
Alhena will handle it.
Fair. The sweetest of beings.
Just because she has no idea what's going on ever. I'll go
Mm.
next.
All right.
Hi, it's me, Savvy. My star is gonna go to Billy. This is also a moment of truth. This is specifically for Billy's little like mini speech that he gave the last laugh. I thought it was so great. It's like a culmination of Billy's character in one little distilled, like great little one-liner. I loved that. And also you sort of like ripped a hole in the universe, which is cool. My wish for D&D is I know that Alhena has a crush on somebody and I want her to figure out what she's supposed to do with that. Which I
love
guess is up
that.
to me.
You're gonna have to remind me what that is because I don't remember off the top of my head. I've been doing big picture stuff.
Talon.
Oh right.
It's gotta
It's
be Talon.
Talon. It's everyone knows.
They're
That'd be
such
great.
opposites. It's just too
It's Talon.
perfect.
She thinks Talon's the most fascinating person she's ever met.
Aw.
And Talon loves Alhena.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't know
We'll
what to
see.
do with that either.
We'll
We'll
see.
see.
What
We'll
to
see
do
what
with
happens.
We'll see.
Slow burn. Slow
Slow
burn.
burn.
Slow burn. They held hands and looked at the stars a lot.
They
I
did.
did. It's so fucking sweet. All right, who's next?
All right, I'll go next. My star was gonna go to Jupiter or Rachel for your impassioned pep talk for all of us. Like we were all clearly too uncomfortable to do it after you were supposed to, so that was awesome. And for LB for reminding me that I can take my powers back because that was badass. I thought of that like last week and then it went away. So thank you. And then my wish for D&D. I kind of want to run into the circus again so Moxie can find Morty and Pepper because Pepper loves to be naked. Pepper loves
I
taking his clothes
Love
off.
Pepper.
So
much.
Yeah.
Like, we have to run into the circus again because
Yeah, you sent
Alex
them
and
north.
Val
Yeah.
have to interact with Pepper,
Pepper
at some point. Pepper specifically can just appear.
Morty,
I know.
He's fine.
want Pepper
Morty's
back.
across from me.
Well, wait, but Pepper was making the amulets so that Alhena
that's
and her
right.
brother could talk. The
Oh,
bad
that's
bitch
right.
necklaces. The bad bitch necklaces.
I
We do
forgot
have to see
about the
Pepper.
Bad
We
bitch
do have to see
necklaces.
Pepper. We do have
Yeah.
to see Pepper.
So
So
I'm
Alex,
gonna buy one.
Pepper was my D&D character in this game that I played, and he talks in the third person all the time. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks.
All right. Gosh. Let's see. I mean, my star is I'm torn between two, and I think since it's the last one, I'll just say them both. So, I mean, first to Savannah for the Bulls moment of truth, because it's always a fun one to see. It's like you get to punch things so good. How are you gonna, the specifics of how you flavor it? So that was fun and going full JoJo on him. And then also to LB because you clearly put a lot of effort into the descriptions of everything else that was going on, and having to plan with all that around our 4 wild cards of our moments of truth coming up. And my wish, because I haven't played in this game yet, is to get up to speed quickly and also hopefully not be, well, I guess both Val and I will be the 4th and 5th wheels, and try, turn it into a functional vehicle and not be the spare wheels for too long.
Yeah.
It's a very welcoming group of people,
For
except
sure.
for Talon, but she does what the rest of us tell her to do most of the time.
I cannot tell you how welcoming this group is, how trusting they are of everything I send at them. It's great.
We let
For
a god
me.
put Talon in a blood cocoon.
We did. No questions were asked. Nobody does any insight checks in this group, so you're good. You're good.
Because the character with the high wisdom is a dumbass from a different plane.
What
All
is that
right.
Talon
character's
also has
insight
high
gonna
wisdom,
be?
but trusts no one and just does what her friends tell her.
All right, my star for the evening is gonna go to Rachel because when you were describing your moment of truth, I had already planned that exact same scenario in my head, and I was like, all right, this is how it's gonna come out. And then you described it. I'm like, damn it, I don't get to describe it. But also, that's like on your left. That's exactly what I was thinking when I was planning it all. So I was very, very happy about that. You guys all did a good job. Especially with your descriptions, and I think for D&D, my wish is my wish is for patience, because the first episode is going to be a lot of me explaining what happened, what has happened, and then we're going to bring in the new people. So just sit back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the first like half of the stream. It's just going to be me describing things, but yeah, does anyone want to say where people can find you, what you do, before we say goodbye for one last time? And here's a training. Let's go around as we do always with the lovely Savannah.
Hi, I'm Savvy. You can find me on Twitter at SavvySeaworth. That's where I tweet and retweet every time I go live. When I'm not here on Sunday nights, I'm over on twitch.tv/game nights. That's game with 2 G's for good game, and nights with a K. I'm over there Thursdays through Mondays, either playing in games or running them. So coming out with us tomorrow night, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons in Strixhaven, and Rachel will be there.
All right, next up is the fabulous Rachel.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, where I've been streaming recently, but you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel is a mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S. I will be here next Sunday, not in my real hair, in a silver wig again, and elf ears if I don't wear my headset. And getting to play my moody elf again, who I just miss so much. She's just along for the ride, guys. And then tomorrow I play the exact opposite character on GGK, where I will be playing my water genasi druid, who who knows what we're going to be getting into tomorrow, because we just finished a magical bar crawl and we're probably all going to be hungover, and who knows what Savannah is going to make us do. I love it already. And that's where I'll be. Mondays there, Sundays here for the foreseeable future.
Yay! Except for next week. Next
Yeah.
up is the talented Tanya.
Oh, hey, find me at Tiny Rolling on Instagram, or the Abominable Pugs, where I have a pug snorting below me right now, but I don't want to make him scream when I pick him up. And that's it. Fun
All
game.
right, get your fans ready, because we do have to do a mega thwarp to end out the game. But last but not least, of course, is the wonderful Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex, some guy on the internets. If you're sad that you're gonna be losing some masks in your life, well, just come to GGK next Tuesday, where I'm running masks there. LB plays in that. But otherwise, I'm also on GGK Thursdays, sometimes Saturdays if I'm running the Pathfinder game, and also Sundays.
And I'm LB Hack'em. You can catch me at LB Hack'em on the Twitters and the Twitches. The next time this channel is going to be live is on Tuesday afternoon, where I'm going to be playing some Dead by Daylight. As always, I will start off the game with Killer, and then have some friends join me for the afternoon. Then Lauren will be streaming on Wednesday. I believe she's playing Jedi Fallen Order. The boys and Lauren will be back on Thursday night to play some Themeless Thursdays. Oh, no, they won't, because we're going to be gone. So this weekend, the channel will be dark. The boys might stream something, but my guess is they're not going to get their shit together in time. So whatever, keep an eye on my Twitter for all of the fun news. And as we are wrapping up, I guess I'm LB Hack'em. For the last time, the heroes in training, we're gonna do a Megathorp in 3, 2, 1. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.